Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss book 55 in R.L. Stine's Goosebumps original series. The Blob That Ate Everyone came out May 97, 114 pages long. This is very quick. It has a very amazing surprise twist ending at the very end. And I should have looked this up before we talked about this. I feel like the premise of this was the main plot point of the... Was it the second movie? The Slappy Halloween, the Happy Halloween. Um, the typewriter that the kids type on and the stories come to life versus the first movie, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I haven't seen them in a while, where they open the books and the books come to life, kind of a thing. Or is it the first movie where the typewriter that he types on and brings the stories to life? One of them. One of them had that, and I remember that as a plot point. And this is the typewriter that the main kid, Zachy Beecham, is typing on, brings his stories to life. And his best friend who lives next door, her name is Alex. They live in this small town, as all the wonderful beginnings of the books are. So who is this blob monster, right? Now, the blob monster has a purple tongue, as opposed to the pink tongue on the cover. But the description is pretty accurate. It looks like a human heart. It's got the veins on the top of his head, stuff like that. Very quick, very surprising. One of my top 10, officially. Even though there's this discrepancy with the cover, I'm going to let it slide because of how fast-paced this is and how that twist ending just throws it. And I was like, bro, I forgot all about this. I don't remember this story at all. So, Zachy and Alex are walking past this antiques shop in town that was recently struck by lightning, and there was a fire, and then the building is still soaking wet from the fire department, taking the fire out. So Zach is like, ooh, let's go exploring in the broken down building. So he finds this typewriter on a shelf, and he's like, nah, no one's gonna miss this. And he takes it. And then the store owner happens to be in the back doing some stuff, comes out, and she realizes what the kids are trying to do, gives him the typewriter, gives him a pen as well. But before this happens, he gets electrocuted, and he gets this whole blue light to white light, back to gray, back to black kind of description. Very, he dies but comes back kind of a thing. Very cool. And so it's a matter of, did lightning strike him? Was it just a down power cord because the building is decrepit now? Like, how did he get electrocuted? And then now that he has this typewriter that the store owner gave him, and he's typing stories that are now coming to life, is it the typewriter itself that's the magic of it? And then the theory is that when his friend Adam comes over, after he writes that Adam comes over, Adam types on it and nothing happens. So then it's deduced that it's Zach who can actually do the magic stuff with the typewriter. So then as the story progresses and, Adam tries to get him back, there's a mouse in the locker. There's a surprise, pretending to be the blob monster that Zach writes about on paper before going into typewriter at this grocery store. Things, right? Things, just kids being kids, middle schoolers being middle schoolers. And so Zachy wants revenge, and he types out this blob monster attacking the city, and he eats Adam and all these things, right? And before he can finish the story, his mom asks him to go back to the store to get some Italian bread for the dinner that they're having later that night. He goes back to the store, but all chaos is breaking out in town. So people are running for their lives and driving crazy, and there's the giant blob monster just attacking everything, eating things that come by him with his giant purple tongue and the mouth on his belly, the beady black eyes and the veins on the head and stuff. Crazy. So he realizes that what he wrote is happening. 2 police officers are eaten, Adam is eaten, blob monster follows him home. He falls off his bike, meets up with Alex and Adam. They all go running back to the house where, Adam is then eaten. They run back to the house to try to finish the story, but the blob monster is quick enough, follows them, eats the typewriter. Zach's like, maybe I could just write it with the pen that the store owner gave me. That's magic as well. Writes it down, but the pen is eaten as well. And then Alex is like talking to Zach, and they're all brainstorming while the monster is trying to eat them. And Zach's like, wait, maybe it's the electric shock that I got, that it gave me the powers, that it's me making the stories come to life, not the actual tools. So he thinks, and he's like, think. The blob monster is gone. The blob monster is gone. Realizes that it was him with the power because he was electrocuted all this time, not the actual typewriter, not the pen. Very cool. But then after everybody comes back and Alex and Adam and Zachy are all laughing hysterically in cheer of yay, the blob monster is gone, we cut to the blob monster, who's pink, reading the story out loud to his green blob monster friend. And they're saying, oh, do you like my story? And the green monster is like, hey, I wish it had a happy ending. Why did the blob monster have to disappear? Why couldn't we just eat all the humans? So then the pink monster's like, you know what? Yeah, let's make the blob monster eat everyone. And then the green one says, oh, that's the great ending. That's the ending we want. Something to that extent. So the twist ending at the last page and a half is just mesmerizing because you don't expect it. So now the question is, where are these blob monsters? Are they on a planet? Are they a part of Earth? Is it a different dimension? So many what if factors, but it just goes so quick and you don't actually need the answers. And we've said this a few times with the Goosebumps book. Certain Goosebumps stories lead up and it's okay that you don't know the ending because the what if is the scarier part. But this was really good. This was very well done. It was quick. It held my attention. I breezed through it. It's scary. Like the kids trying to what happens next? What do I do next? Is that sound actually the blob monster or is it a glove? But the whole thing's a story within the story. Meta. Mind blowing. Absolutely loved it. Definitely top 10. We'll have to do a full ranking at some point. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.